3, 2, 1. Hey folks, it's Saturday and that means it is time for Stairs. Hooray!
Yay!
Wait, my Skype exploded.
I hope you're joking, Nick.
I did.
Good. When we last left the party, they had been dealing with bounty hunters in the town of Kashina because they found that they had bounties on them, which were placed on them by oh crap! I knew I forgot something. I forgot my notebook.
Some douchebag.
I got it.
Starts with a V.
Yep.
Uh,
Let's see if I can remember this. I have it here somewhere. Why don't I have it here? Oh, there he is. I got it. Yes, the priest of a priest of the Fire Dragon King, Brother Valis.
I wanted to say Vicus, but that's a Let's Player.
Oh, there you go. Yes, Brother Valis, who is a white-furred wolfman, very tall, thin. They dealt with the bounty hunters eventually, escaped from most of them, managed to talk their way out of a fight with a trio of fairly dangerous ones, and then doubled back to the temple and managed to catch up with Brother Valis, talked to him for a bit, and found out that, that while he is... he's not inimical to the party, let's put it that way.
Our goals just happen to be directly in contrast with his.
Correct.
I want that book, but we want that book. Well, then, I guess that we are enemies.
Basically, yes. And the party then was going to set out for the ruined temple thingy, or where the ruins, or whatever they are, where the Sword of the North is lost in the desert somewhere.
Right.
So,
But we stayed inside the temple so that Alice could multi-class.
again,
Yes.
Engrim now.
Yes.
yes, you now all know that.
That was the big plot point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The plot point that I had cooking since before the game started.
No. I thought you made that up off the top of your head.
Not as such. So, at any rate,
I mentioned that Zarkov's actually the evil twin of a guy from the Mirror Universe, because that's totally something I've had cooked up since the beginning.
Have I mentioned that Leonard has an alter ego yet?
Go fuck yourselves.
it turns out Jaxie's the evil mastermind behind everything.
That's what that eye patch is for.
That eye patch is where I hide my secret / evil seasonings blend. Well, secret and evil.
Evil spices. Ooh.
I'm the only one evil around here. You shut your mouths.
I'm neutral.
Good for
Hey,
you.
I am definitely very, very, very evil.
If you put anti in front of it, yes, you are.
If you really want to prove that you're evil,
My
eat
character
this
is
kitty.
so evil that he actually loops around the moral event prize and comes back to good. That's how evil Zarkov is.
So what are we doing?
I believe you're headed south back towards the desert.
Apparently everyone's trying to one-up Engrim.
Right, so yeah, I guess we'll go now.
All right, so you head off towards
as
the desert.
As I recall, our guide did not want to be at the temple.
No, she did not. She doesn't like
Okay.
priests. For some reason or another.
She did not want to leave the temple or enter the temple.
She didn't want to stay there.
Okay.
She is none too fond of priests. For some reason or another.
Well, I have several educated guesses, but Zarkov's got no clue.
All right, well, you head south. Oh dear. Uh, and you start heading out towards the desert. Now, your stay in Kashina was interrupted, shall we say?
By the bounty hunters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't stay there for very long.
Nope.
I think we stayed there for like less than a day.
I
Like
don't
a
even think
few
we were there for an
hours even.
hour, honestly.
Yeah.
You were there-
Even with the chase scene, I don't
We were
think
there
we
for
were
about
there
an hour total.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like we're like, okay, we're in town. Let's go split off and do our stuff. And I go to the Bounty Hunters Guild. Oh, hey, look, we're wanted. And then everyone found everyone else.
Yes. And that leads to one minor problem.
Oh, supplies.
Yeah, you got food. You got some food supplies and such from the temple because they were more than willing to do that because they're generally nice people.
What don't we have then?
Well, you're about to trek across the desert.
So
You-
we need water.
Oh no, water's not a problem. You've got a spell cast. You got someone who can cast. You got multiple.
I
who can
am
cast,
made of water.
You got people who can cast.
Is it to do with the heat and the sun, or
Also, Eric went out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yes, possibly.
possibly?
I'm gonna guess that it's food we need.
Oh, you got no. You have. You
have
have.
food.
You have food. You have some food. You have a good supply of food.
We need travel gear shit.
Yeah. You also need a plan for traveling through the desert.
You need one of those? Why don't we just jump in our car?
Do you have? You do not have a car.
Oh. Are you sure?
Pretty positive.
Because that would be the easiest solution to this dilemma.
It would
I
be.
propose that we move at a strenuous pace with filling rations.
Bring lots of extra wheels and...
Is anyone a carpenter?
Ah, shit, dysentery. Wow, the way I phrased that was not intentional.
I'm going to knowledge my way through this problem. No.
War master
Go
for traveling
punch.
through the
I'm
desert.
just gonna go hunting for the whole time.
He actually performs an Oregon check.
I don't think that actually hunting in the desert is going to be such a hot idea.
Hey-o. Okay, well, Jaxie, these are things you know about traveling through the desert. One, during the day, first off, it is very, very dry. That's duh. It is also very, very hot during the day.
And
At
during
night,
night,
it's often very cold.
yes.
What you know about this particular desert is that there are a fair number of oases throughout it, so that'll help some. And there are nomadic tribes who travel through the desert. Some of whom are not hostile to outsiders.
And some of them are.
I just realized something that's going to really suck when Zarkov discovers it. The constantly sunburning and then healing of his skin.
Yes, that is another thing that you know is usually very, very intense sunlight.
Well, I'll have a nice big hat to get my head protected.
Yes,
I've got a lot of hair.
Well, the problem is that we need to actually go somewhere to get all this stuff.
right. And the nearest big town where you could buy it, you're wanted.
I'm not.
I know you aren't.
So,
So you sent Leonard in to go and get all our stuff.
here's a list of things for you to get. And just remember, Zarkov is a triple extra large for his
Bigger than
hat.
that.
Oh, for his hat. For his shirt, it's like a quad XL.
Okay.
So, I take it that you're going to send in Leonard and Hesperia into town to do the shopping.
This
Yes.
sounds like the best idea.
Okay.
I await the roadblock that we will encounter.
Well, actually, there's a fair bit of activity in town, mostly to the fact that there was a huge number of bounty hunters who were all attacking several high-profile bounties. Most of them got blown up. The bounty hunters, that is.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I don't know. I got blown up too.
You're still in one piece, though.
Barely.
Most of the bounty hunters are also.
They just got blasted up again.
Yeah, for the most part. Or thumped into unconsciousness or what have you. However, and there's a lot of, let's just say that the marketplace is fairly disrupted by all of this. A lot of questions being asked of people and such. But you guys are neither you nor Hesperia are wanted. That's a plus. And you are able to acquire most of the equipment you need at somewhat inflated prices.
Yay.
They're somewhat surprised that you buy some extra food too for obvious reasons.
Right.
Someone tries to sell you camels.
Do any of them try to bite me?
They're camels, yes.
Then no.
Wait a minute. Wait. Does one spit on you and then you punch it?
Well, most of the camels, I should be, not all the camels try to bite you.
I have a handle level of 4.
You're able to, yes. You're able to quickly, give me a handle animal check, actually.
Fine. Actually, since Hesperia is there, I'll ask what she thinks about buying camels.
Well, she says they're stubborn and obnoxious beasts, but they're actually very useful in the desert. And if you get decent ones,
Well, that'll make 4 of them.
It was terrible.
Let's however many camels we buy.
aha.
I think you may have a mismath on your part. Unless you're insulting
No,
her.
I'm saying everyone in the party is a stubborn animal.
Are you including yourself,
Okay.
or are you including her?
Yes.
I see. That'd be 5 then, wouldn't it?
I didn't say which of them was.
She arched an eyebrow at
That's
that.
the mathematician's answer right there.
Yeah, the YouTube mathematician's answer.
However, a 12, huh? Well, you can pick out, say... All right, there's... you don't think you can find enough camels that you think you could actually... You think there's at least one camel you think you could probably deal with. So you don't think you probably could get enough for people to ride, but you might be able to have one to, carry some of the stuff.
Okay.
So, but you think you probably could find the camels that you could ride with your animal handling skill, but you honestly don't know how well the rest of the group is at, dealing with non-horses.
I just get this thought bubble in my head of the various other members of the party trying to ride a camel. I see Jaxie riding one with no problem. I see Ingram freezing one's head, and then I see Zarkov trying to wrestle one. Yeah, let's not go with that.
So you're able to
totally German suplex a camel.
I
Put him in the camel clutch! Break his back!
I was expecting that when you were thinking of Zarkov, you were going to see him on the camel, and the camel's just like...
That's the other option. But you're able to find one camel that you think that you are fairly certain you can deal with.
Okay. Then, in that case, I will purchase it with the intent of it carrying excess supplies.
Yep.
Not all supplies, because I know what will happen if that happens.
What? Nothing bad would happen.
Now you're stranded without any food or water.
Now you must divert to this conveniently located ruin or
The
cave.
broken Skype, I see.
Yeah. Outside of that, let's see.
I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
Okay. I that other stuff in order would be like cloaks,
Yep.
obvious reasons. If there are any available masks, especially in case there are sandstorms.
You can get cloth for that, no problem.
Okay.
Might as well just get a tent for Zarkov that he can wear.
Are we going to get fitted like the Wanderer from Journey?
I have no idea.
It's an art game on the PS3. Don't worry about it.
Oh, right, Journey. Okay. No, he's much too stylish for us.
However, Hesperia does, at the mention of the thought of tent there,
Yeah.
tents are probably a good idea, actually.
Obviously, I was intending that we make sand castles for shelter.
That is awesome. Let's do that.
There's a problem with that.
Well, I could freeze the sand into bricks and make an igloo.
Except that would require that there actually be moisture in the sand. Otherwise, you're just making cold sand.
Yeah, okay. Tent also is a good idea, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so tent, cloaks, camel, dish, surplus water and food.
Yes, I do recommend you actually get like skins for water and such and fill them. Otherwise, people think you're completely daft.
Fuck people. I don't care what they think about me.
Well, more accurately,
Especially since I'll die of thirst soon.
well, it means either you're going to die of thirst in the desert, or that means you definitively have a mage in your group that knows how to create water.
Mmm.
And even then, it has to have extra skins.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so, that.
Yes,
Does Hesperia know her way through the desert?
she knows her way through part of the desert. She thinks she knows roughly where you're going.
Oh, great.
I'm assuming that in the water gathering you're having a barrel in there as well.
I actually skins, I don't know.
Barrels are kind of hard to carry with a camel,
Yeah.
Mm.
and
And
carts
Zarkov.
don't work too well in the desert.
Yeah, give it to Zarkov. He'll need something to pump while he's bored.
Give him a keg. I think well, that's all I can think of. I've never been through a desert, so I don't know.
Yeah, Hesperia basically, she gives you advice on some of the stuff because she has traveled in the desert some. It's been a while though.
I imagine maybe I tracked someone into the desert, but would not have stayed there very long.
Yeah, well,
Because that's crazy.
why would you do that?
But it's so pretty for miles.
And miles and miles and miles.
Miles and miles. It's
All
the
right.
beauty that never ends.
Pretty.
So at any rate, you were able to get the supplies and head back out of town.
Okay, yeah.
And you re-link up with the group, and you set out into the desert.
Yay!
Oh, god damn it. I wish Zarkov knew how to play a guitar. I dress like Buddy Holly. That's a six-string samurai reference.
Yes, it was. All right, well, you're traveling through the desert.
Anytime we come across a high dune, Engrim is going to freeze a path down and then slide down.
Zarkov is entirely in favor of this and will follow you.
Well, there are plenty of high dunes, although you don't get many of the high dunes. The outer fringes of the desert are actually rather nice. I mean, well, it's Engrim. You're not too fond of it because it is bloody hot.
I gratuitously cast Aqua Create around myself periodically. I don't even bother changing out of my dress.
It is recommended you at least wear a big wide brim hat, so at least you don't get quite as much sun on whatever skin you might have exposed. Because it is.
I'm going to assume that was in the package.
Yeah. So yes, that's a given. It is the outer fringes of the desert.
Okay.
It's basically like they're a lot. It's almost like they're a lot. It's there are plenty of oasis type areas in the outer fringes of the desert, but you are fairly certain that you're going to be heading into. According to the maps you have, you are going to be heading into the and the maps are not the best, shall we say. because mapping deserts is hard.
What do you mean hard? You just put a big blank spot in the middle of the paper. There, done.
Oh damn it! I just thought of what Leonard should have bought. A sextant.
We can assume you actually have one.
Oh good.
I would assume that you actually bought something so you actually can keep something. You can do that sort of thing. Yes. Because good luck otherwise.
Yeah, elsewise, it's okay, Engram, fly 200 feet up and tell us what you see. I see sand.
In every direction. At any rate, so you travel to the desert. Eventually, you leave the more pleasant fringes of the desert, start getting into the actual desert. And it is, large amounts of sand as far as the eye can see. Occasionally, you can sort of see oases, like you can see a few oases off in the distance, and you occasionally get those sort of shimmery, mirage type things and such. As you travel along for a while, the camel seems to be doing camel-y things. Leonard,
Yes.
one thing you're noting is that the camel you've chosen, while is relatively easy to convince to do what you want, when it gets a notion to its head, it seems to not actually want to give it up.
Ah, stubborn creatures.
It is very stubborn. Also, it is not particularly fond of you. You're realizing.
This guy is a jerk.
Like, you notice that, like, whenever you happen to wander near it, it accidentally trods on your foot every now and then, or bumps your hat off occasionally.
I could kill you and eat your meat.
It snorts at you.
Zarkov's super excited about marching into the desert for the first hour and a half, and then he's quickly slumped over with his arms hanging down, sweat pouring off his forehead, deciding that he hates it. I don't like it out here.
Engram will throw Aqua Create at him.
Which is awesome for 15 minutes until the water starts to cook. Oh.
Why don't we buy a camel? I said. It'd be easier to carry stuff, I said.
Engram's just going to create an ice path for herself and skate across it.
Zarkov's gonna hug the ice.
Leonard, you're not entirely sure, and you're certain that a camel shouldn't be able to do this, but you get the impression the camel is sort of snickering at you.
You know, I happen to know how long camels actually can go without water, and your dumbass is going to need us to guide you back to frickin' civilization so you can drink eventually.
From
That's what I thought.
You quit your sass. I'm going to nominate you for a Darwin Award.
Well, you keep traveling for a while, and the sand sort of you get in the area where it's there are more dunes now, and sand dunes and such. It's more the terrain rolls a bit more as you travel. And one thing you actually note, everyone can give me a spot check if you like. This is if you want. If you're doing anything other than sort of trying to keep your mind on marching.
I think Engram's more concerned with dancing on ice,
Uh-huh.
which is code for I don't want to roll because I suck at it.
Fair enough.
It's okay, guys. I saw it.
Obviously, I'm far too concerned with picking up the strips of ice Engram has and shoving them into my cloak.
All right, Leonard, you actually do make your spot check. One thing you do notice is off in the distance, off to you noticed once or twice you noticed it hadn't really registered that there were very large poles that at various points, like in various stuck up at and you realize they are at somewhat regular intervals.
poles, you say?
Stuck into the sand. They're very tall.
Engram
Alright.
will fly on top of one of them.
It's not very easy to stand on one, shall we say? It's,
Well, I can keep levitate going and
That's fine.
fake standing on it.
you are standing on top of a pole standing up out of the desert.
Which direction are the poles like going in? Like east to
They're
west?
going off to the sort of this set of poles seem to be leading off to the southwest.
Is that the direction we're headed?
No, you guys are heading basically almost due south.
Okay. Well, I can keep an eye on them and see if they happen to go closer to our path or not.
Sure. All right, you keep going on for a while, and actually, with that spot check, a while later, you notice that the spot check's actually for a little while later. You notice that it looks like it's leading off to what you think is off in the distance an oasis.
Okay.
Going off of that notion, if I go high enough, can I confirm that it is not a mirage?
Oh yeah,
I will present this information.
I kind of look over at Zarkov.
Huh?
Maybe we should make a rest stop.
well, if you push,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
you think if you actually push, you should be able to reach the oasis, that oasis before nightfall.
Let's do it. Come on, Zarkov.
Okay, where are we going?
We're going this way now.
All right.
So you start veering, and Hesperia basically, when you start doing that, she says, "Oh, I didn't see those. I completely missed those." Yeah, some of the nomadic tribes use poles like that to actually mark trails between oases and such.
Useful.
I learned that information from Legend of Zelda when I was a kid.
All right. What I will need from everybody at this point is either a fortitude or a survival check.
Yes.
One of these is decidedly
Guess
better
who's
than
a
the other
ranger?
for me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm probably good.
And
And Skitch is not here right now, so that's fine. All right. Give me one moment here.
Oh, wait, that's my spell casting check, not my fort. -4 from that, so 17.
That's still probably fine enough. Yeah, you're. If you roll below, I'll have to think about this for a second. Hold on.
Ingram blows an ice cube. Hands it to Zarkov.
All right.
Zarkov puts it on his forehead and it promptly, instantly sublimates into steam.
Pretty much. Give me 1 second here. All right, so the lot of you eventually getting on towards evening. It's like it's beginning to get dark, and it starts getting dark very quickly. If you want to, actually, here, wrong button. There we go.
Oh, wow, that was instantaneous.
Oh.
You arrive at the oasis, which I have.
Oops, damn it, I misclicked. Went to the ruins. There we are.
Splash.
I could be colossally mean right now. Freeze that.
But yes, you're at an oasis, and there's the source of water.
Do we need to roll fortitude save real quick?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yeah, you're fine.
Same's me.
You are Jim Dandy. Yes, you've been traveling the desert and have found an oasis. I did not make a token for the camel for what I like to call obvious reasons. I wasn't sure you were going to have a camel, so. Also, the camel does not like Leonard. Well, you can. It is getting dark, and the temperature is dropping surprisingly quickly as it gets dark.
That doesn't keep me from getting into the water.
Well, you guys can set up your tent and such.
I do so.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It's just since you're at an oasis, you actually have enough. You know, it's not as it's easier to set up a tent here.
Oh my god.
Okay. Thank you for the camel.
I booed the camel, hates Leonard.
Oh. I imagine that it's not going to come near me then.
I just like how how he happens to be looking in the right direction with the sourest expression.
I cuddle under blankets.
All right. So you guys can set up your. You could. Are you going to set up some sort of watch schedule or?
Yes.
Okay.
The camel's on the first watch, and
It goes to wake up Leonard for second watch, spits on him.
ow!
Oh, the camel seems to be inclined to hang out near the water most of the time. You guys just tell me what sort of watch schedule you want to set up.
What's our usual schedule? I think that it's Jaxie and Ingram in the middle. Was it?
It's I think it goes Zarkov, Ingram, Jaxie, then Leonard.
Yeah. And then Vesperia whenever. I think that she was on last watch with me last time, but you know, whatever. Actually, it would probably be best if she were on watch with Zarkov because I have Duckwood spotless and checks. So.
Okay.
Ingram's going to spend all of her non-sleeping time in the water.
Very well.
Occasionally freezing little chunks of ice into it.
All right. So who's on the first watch?
Zarkov and Vesperia.
I am. Yes.
All right, Zarkov. From
Yo.
you, I will need a perception check.
So,
Spot check, specifically.
Spot lesson.
Spot.
Or where are you, Spot?
Oh, damn spot.
And
And you can listen check also.
hey, I'm much better at listening than I am at spotting things.
That's amazing, because you're never paying attention to any of us.
Oh.
All right. Well, you don't hear anything. Nothing untoward. I mean, you know, you hear, the sound of the winds blowing and such, and various. You actually hear a few animal noises.
Nothing terribly exciting.
No.
Gotcha.
You think you hear a very strange sort of clicking noise off from somewhere to the south, but
Then I'm backstabbed by ninjas.
no ninjas backstab you.
I don't know of ninjas using castanets while they move around.
All right, to the second watch, which is Jaxie and Engram.
Swim, 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 swim.
I will need a spot and listen checks from you too.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, there's a spot, which is predictably terrible. And then... Oops, hit the bracket. Yeah, I'm too busy swimming.
She's underwater when she makes her check.
Splash, splash, splash.
And I don't care how cold it gets at night. This is just how I like it.
It is pretty bloody cold, but yeah.
Zarkov hates the desert. There is nothing good about it.
Zarkov, you're probably not in the water right now. I'm going to say
No,
this.
probably not.
Sleeping in water might not be a good idea.
And Jackson can be over
But he has determined that there is nothing good about the desert. It's too hot during the day, too cold at night,
and it's always dry.
and it's always dry.
It's amazing how nobody lives here.
Sand gets in your boots and your toes get all itchy.
And all the people who do live here, talk all weird. It's either OTD or her. Nothing in between.
Wookie nipple pinchy. Oh, oh.
All right. Jaxie, at some point during the night, you do notice, with your spot check, when they get very close, a group of 5 people in...
What was that?
you notice a group of 5 people traveling through the desert, all wearing sort of, actually, for, dark, sort of, brown, light brownish robes. Their faces are covered pretty heavily. They're coming in from the sort of southwestish, roughly.
Okay.
And they have noticed that you have set up camp in the area.
Okay.
And they are approaching. You notice that the 4 in front all currently have large curved blades drawn. They're scimitars, basically.
At this point, Jaxie is going to.
And the one in the middle has a tall staff that they're carrying.
Jaxie is going to first and foremost make sure Engrim is aware of what's going on. Jaxie sort of pokes at Engrim to get her attention. There's people coming at us with weapons drawn up to such.
I'll tell them the water's fine.
No, they have weapons drawn.
Oh,
And
fine,
then-
go talk to them. And
No.
Eminem goes underwater.
You're making me want to evaporate this oasis so fast.
Oh, I think Zarkov would be having words with you, manager.
No, I'm. And at this point, Jackson goes to the others and moves to wake them up.
Give me water.
What?
Breakfast?
No.
No.
There's people coming here. They have weapons drawn.
All right.
And Ingrim's being a coward.
What?
She's hiding.
What?
You said you went underwater.
I did.
No, I said that.
Yeah,
I said what?
she's hiding.
It's not necessarily a cowardly hiding.
I'm asserting that you are being a coward until you demonstrate otherwise.
All right, I'm gonna get up and stretch. Play with my chain.
After that, then Jackson kind of goes out in front to see the people are approaching.
They start shouting something at you in a language you don't understand.
Oh, no.
Jackson just kind of holds up his arms and sort of waves them in a show that he has nothing on him.
The one in the middle eventually sort of holds up a hand and says, "You are strangers here.
Yes, we are.
We see someone has defiled the oasis," pointing over towards the water.
Ah. We did not know.
None of
that-
us have definitely absolutely none of us have pissed.
Jackie tries to cut you off. Jackie's just trying to. Jackie's trying to cut Zark off before he has a chance to say much anything.
Considering the stupidity of that course of action, I don't think anyone would have allowed that.
What, letting Zarkov talk?
No, pissing in the oasis.
Pissing in the water.
Well, let's just say, Jackson simply asserts we did not know that the water or the oasis. We didn't know that we were defiling anything here, but we are.
Why would you bathe in the water supply from which people would drink?
That is a good question, actually.
We're not very smart.
I actually hold up my hand. I didn't bathe in the water. Can I go?
I didn't either because the entity that is disconnected from my body that's controlling me was away and was unaware that people were bathing in the water. So I couldn't interject and propose that it was a bad idea.
Tell get the one in the water out.
Fine, I will do that. Jaxie goes over to the water and sort of
There's a pair
motion.
of fins coming out of the water.
Jaxie's gonna grab at the fin and tug.
Ow!
Get out.
I don't wanna.
These
I'll
people.
wade into the water,
No.
pick up Engram, and then wade back out. Not realizing this is just exasperating the problem.
I raise my hand again. Wait a minute. So nothing living is supposed to be in the water?
Nothing. They look at you and say, nothing that is smart enough to do so. We make sure we. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I'm trying to think of how they'd phrase this.
Are you all idiots?
Basically, yes. Yes, some animals will bathe in there, though you'll notice your camel has not.
No, I'm not talking about bathing. I'm talking about living in there.
Oh, well, I don't think
See,
there's
this
much.
is why I usually don't drink water. Fish shit in it.
There are no fish.
There are no fish in the
there.
water.
There's actually.
Then what did we eat earlier?
We had food supplies from earlier that we kept with us.
Shh.
There's nothing that lives in that water.
And what did we eat earlier? Are you telling me that some fish walked into that oasis?
I would assume you brought supplies with you, unless you're complete idiots.
Don't
Yeah, we
underestimate us.
Of course,
I'm part water dragon. I'm kind of.
I'm
like
trying
a
to
fish.
talk. Everyone interrupt while Nick is trying to interact with somebody. God.
I feel your pain.
Of course we brought supplies. We're not complete idiots. At least not all of us are. But we saw an
Ingrid swims in
opportunity.
a circle.
But we saw an up. But first of all, she happens to be a creature that would be native to such a lake, and there are others that are inside that other such creatures in there right now that we happened to dine upon earlier. And I'm sure that they've produced far more waste than what you're talking about.
Give me a bluff check.
Okay, I'm not going to succeed on this, but it's worth a shot.
Oh, I should have left the lying to me. I actually have a bluff score.
Haha! 21.
Hey!
Pretty good. What is his appropriate skill for this? Sorry. Well, you are hampered by the fact they actually know they know what they're talking about, and you don't.
Yeah, I know.
So there are significant penalties to this.
Could Engram provide assistance to this by doing her little ice business on some of like the water that is splashed out to show that she is an aquatically aligned creature?
That's
That's not really the issue at hand. Is it?
That's not
Just
the,
trying to add credence to the notion of she needs water. Not
that's,
others.
yeah,
That's not the issue. That's not what.
That's not the issue either.
All right.
If that would have been the basis of my argument, then sure. But yeah.
if you want to do that, go ahead, but it won't help. You are fairly certain that won't help, given what his argument is.
Okay, I'll just go back underwater. Spoosh.
No, you won't.
No, I can see where this is going. I have a plan.
It's probably the setup for it's probably not going to work. But that's okay. I'm within reach of this guy anyhow.
We have our tribe has known this has visited this oasis many times over the past decades. We have never found any sign of any life in that water ever, for obvious reasons.
Really?
Yes.
You call me a liar?
Yes.
Okay.
Jackson will sort of raise his hands and say, "Look, we don't want we apologize for this, but if there is a way to absolve the situation or at least correct it without any unnecessary bloodshed or fighting, that would definitely be preferable to."
Well, if you can get that thing out of the water, that would be a good first step.
Jackson
All right.
looks
Well,
over.
how about this? I'm going to take a piece of. Okay, fine. I'll just take a map out. We happen to be heading towards this location. You are the only one here I can understand if I talk to him. So would you mind showing us the right way so that we can just get out of your hair immediately?
That's
I'm just gonna if they don't stop me, I'm walking towards him.
They walk back with you.
Okay. Fine.
Jackson's just sort of like, "What are you doing, Leonard?"
The
He's not saying that out loud,
Jaxie,
but
Jaxie, what about cookies? Give them cookies.
no, just get Ingram out of the water, and that will at least stop them for the time being.
the what the
No,
the-
don't. Don't, please.
the mage sort of the swordsman all sort of go. The mage's like, would have made it much worse, I guess.
What? She's out of the water now. That's what you wanted, right?
No, I did want that. I wanted her to get out of the water, not for you to walk in there and pick her up.
Well, I wish you had said that because now my boots are soaking wet and I'm cold.
Engram,
going to freeze Zarkov's boots.
you said you were doing something via IM word, right?
Yes. Of course,
you-
that's kind of ruined now. So
Well, you started doing that, correct?
yes.
Okay, as Zarkov is carrying her out of the water, you notice that there is a sphere of blue sort of energy in her hands.
Oh, look at that.
The mage, the one whom I've labeled Desert Mage, looks up and goes,
So anyway, we're heading towards this location somewhere over here, and I'm pointing, kind of holding the map up very obtrusively and pointing at it. You happen to know if there's anything like over there, like other than sand and cacti, and sand?
the mage looks at you, looks over at Engram, looks at and Zarkov, looks at you.
Yes.
There are
Don't
many.
stare. That's rude. And I interpose myself between him and Zarkov and Ingram.
There are many. It will be an easy trip. There are many oases that way. You will be perfectly safe.
Oh, good. We'll try not to ruin those.
Good.
I'm gonna sense motive on that because that sounds like complete ass to me.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Give me a roll.
Let's see here. My sense motive is 6. Arse.
It's okay.
Leonard, He is very. He is very clearly, or he or she. You really can't tell. You think it's. You think that it's male. They're male. Is clearly not telling the truth, but is not actually trying to like hide it. He's giving you sort of a sarcastic reply more than anything else. It's the sort of you get the impression of like we're going to help you now.
So are these guards like doing anything other than just like standing next to me?
Well, they've got their scimitars drawn and are keeping an eye on you.
Would you mind putting those down?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think that we should all just sit down and have some bacon.
Tonight's episode brought to you by.
Well,
Everyone's going to throw Aqua Create at Zarkov for pulling her out of the thing earlier.
the mage will say, "May I see your map?"
I'm putting. He's holding it in his face.
He's asking if he's holding out a hand as if to say hand the map for a second.
Fine. Put it in his hand.
He looks at the map. Ah, yes. You're heading for the Great Southern Ruined Temple, I see.
Oh, you know about it, huh?
No, I don't.
But you just said you did!
These people really are idiots.
See, that's not a yes or no question. That's a prompt for more information. Or don't you recognize that?
You're not very good at asking people for help, are you?
Can we just freeze them and leave?
Jaxie just sort of like walks up.
Well, clearly you do not know
Let
that
me,
you.
put, let me put it to you this way. I'm giving you the opportunity for us to walk out of your hair very, 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 very soon. The sooner that you happen to lend us this little piece of help, the sooner that we may be inclined to help you in return, and then leave you alone forever. Now, wouldn't that be a mutually beneficial arrangement?
He hands you the map back. While there are not as many oases as I indicated, there are a fair number. The trip should not be too arduous for you. Yes, we know of the temple. Yes, we know of the ruins. They have been there for a long time. We do not know much about them. Our tribe avoids them.
Out of curiosity, Peter,
Yep.
this is a very long shot.
Okay.
Especially since this person is wearing, like, feature-obscuring clothing.
Yep.
Is this person wanted?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just asking that because I've been standing right in front of them for a long period of time. So.
it doesn't match anything you've seen. It doesn't match any bounties you've seen.
Okay.
We will have to cleanse the water.
What? I'm clean.
Now.
Zarkov wasn't.
I am now.
We will have to cleanse the water. We would
This-
advise that in future, when you come to oases, not to bathe in the pools.
This is
I'll
your
make-
fault, Zarkov.
Honestly, it's my fault. I mean,
I would-
really, you guys should have stopped me.
Jaxie just sort of rubs his face and.
Artrizen may not. The spirits that live and protect these oases might take offense, and if they do, I would not recommend. Not all oases have particularly attentive spirits, but some do, and some of them are very short-tempered.
Well, now you know where we were headed. So what was, not many people need to travel through the desert for no reason whatsoever. So
We're headed towards the city up to the northeast.
Oh,
Well, good luck with that.
that's the one. Is that the one we came from?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay then. Not gonna say anything about what's going on up there. Really thought we would be fighting by this point.
Yeah, I was preparing an ice ball underwater. I was just gonna jump up and blast all of them.
I really thought that they would have attacked me when I came up to the mage.
They felt confident they could handle the situation if you took an aggressive action. The thing is, you weren't doing anything obviously aggressive at that point.
Apparently, a map is not a very imposing object.
Not really, no.
No.
I should have rolled it up first.
The mage will step around.
Oh, but that was the whole point of me approaching him.
And heads over to the pool. And cans something and dips his staff into the pool. You notice that a sort of shimmer of energy sort of goes across the pool. Lifts the staff out. There, it has been repurified.
I look at the guards surrounding me. Are they still holding their weapons and staring at me?
Yep.
Stop that!
No.
No.
Actually, these two actually walk with the mage. I should.
Makes sense.
Yes. I'll say these two actually do take a step back. Take a step back from you. They give you some more space. Now that you're not right next to the mage.
What kind of weapons are they carrying?
Scimitars. They look like they have some sort of. It looks like they have bows sort of slung over their back also.
All right.
They're not like the usual longbows you see. They are smaller and more curvy. They're totally not recurve short bows. Nope, not at all.
No, not at all. Why would those be that?
Yeah. They also seem to be made out of. They don't seem to be made out of. Yeah, they're composite bows basically.
Okay.
They're wood. They're made out of bone.
Yep.
That's what I'd make them out of.
Yep. Actually, Leonard, you can give me a spot check if you'd like. You do notice that, like, parts of their, like, you notice that they do have what looks like some sort of bits of armor underneath the robes, which looks like at first glance, it looks like it's normal armor, but honestly, it looks kind of like it's chitin.
Chitin, like insect material
Yes.
stuff?
Insect
But it's clearly been crafted. It's not like it's not like they're insects. It's
Right.
that, yes. And it looks fairly thick and tough. Like, from a very, very large insect.
Okay.
After the mage purifying, they refill their water skin. They all head up and refill their water skins.
Well,
Unless you intend to continue defiling this oasis, please stay out. Again, please stay out of the pools. I mean, feel free to draw water from them and use them. That's what they're for. But don't bathe in the pool itself. Think of other
Understood.
possible travelers who might have to use them.
We will keep that in mind.
Thank you.
he's not-
Conservation is everyone's responsibility.
With that, they head off to the northeast.
They leave a pamphlet as they go.
Nope.
Only you can prevent Oasis corruption. As soon as they're gone and out of earshot, I go over to the others and say, I could have sworn that I was going to have to kill them.
Why?
I was ready.
Because
We
that's
handled
how
that
they-
pretty well.
Because
What?
that's how these situations always end. This is like two
Oh.
encounters in a row with a group of hostiles that we haven't had to kill them.
I know.
was ready
That's
to
So
go.
so one, it doesn't always happen, and two, that's why I was suggesting that Ingram just get out of the pool because that's what the only thing they had problems with. In fact, if we didn't mention that Zarkov went in there, it would have been even less of a problem. But
Nah. Aaron goes and gets a little tub, fills it with water of her own design, and gets in it.
Well, I thought that went well. I'm going back to bed.
That was weird.
Aaron
Crap.
gets a little pillow and sleeps in the tub.
Crap, that means it's my watch
All right, you're watching. Give me spot and listen checks.
Bloop and bloop. If something happens, I notice it.
Yep.
It's not even.
1 second here.
It's okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. Your listen check. You do hear sort of very faint clicking noises off in the distance, off to the south.
Oh, great. I wonder what that could be.
Could be almost anything.
It could be a mouse.
True. And way off in the distance, you see what look like figures wearing robes, riding some sort of riding some sort of animals that are clearly not camels, but you can't make out what they are because it's far off in the distance and it's dark. But you sort of see them sort of up against the sky, which there's enough moonlight to make out something. And they're sort of riding they're riding sort of southeastish along like a line of dunes, and then disappear behind the dunes.
Okay. Apparently more people go through this desert than we thought.
Apparently.
Okay.
All right. Well, it is time for the next day. Nothing else happens.
Alright. We try and prevent Zarkov from swimming again, and we, I guess, set off.
He knows better now. Someone's told him it's a dumb idea. He's not going to do it. It's Ingram you got to watch out for.
Yeah, Ingram gives no fucks. Rules, what are those?
All right. Well, you start heading south again.
Yay!
It does look like there is a series of poles that are heading generally south from here.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing that people found all this wood.
Not all of them are actually
They're made
really.
of stone.
They're usually made of stone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And actually, as you head south for a while, you crest one dune, and you sort of see some rocky outcroppings and such.
Have Skype explode again. Fucking hell.
Okay.
It's the fault of the rock outcroppings.
Yeah. So you continue on south for a while. You come across some rocky outcroppings, in which you can see sort of a cave.
Alright. I guess we should head towards the cave. Oh,
If you want to.
should we head towards the cave, guys?
It's not a very big cave, but
I had a cave prediction.
Uh-huh.
do you want to head to the cave? It's up to you guys.
Is it in
Might
the
as
way
well.
we're going?
What are usually in caves like this, in a loose sense, out in the desert?
Not much, really. The problem, I mean, basically anything that wants to take shelter from the sun,
So, everything.
Yeah.
Zarkov complaining a lot at the moment.
Well, do you guys want to poke your head into the cave?
Well, of course, it's right there.
Who's taking the
Going to
lead?
pause
It's
outside.
obviously adventure in that cave. That's what caves are for.
So who's going in first?
Not me.
I will.
I'm
All
going
right.
last.
Eric, okay, Zarkov?
If Zarkov is going, I'm going to follow just to make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
All right, Zarkov, you walk into the cave. You walk in for a little while. Give me a listen check and a spot check.
And then the mouth shuts and you're eating.
Doop doop doop. I don't see nothing.
It's dark in here.
It is.
Yeah, it's much better.
All right. You all of a sudden hear sort of some various noises all around you, like sort of noises of things moving around, things sort of like scales sliding across each other, a faint rattling noise, a hiss.
Head of snakes.
So, Leonard, how long do you give them before they come out screaming?
1.
2.
Eric,
Yeah.
Zarkov, after all the noises, you sort of look down, and you realize you are surrounded by snakes.
Sort of very calmly turn around, pick up Jaxie, and then scream at the top of my lungs while I come running out.
At this point, Jaxie is dressed like Indiana Jones while he's being carried out by Zarkov. However, Jaxie just has his arms crossed across his chest and sort of like a dissatisfied look on his face. But he's not screaming.
There are snakes in there.
Cool.
Actually, Jaxie, what do snakes taste like? Should we go back in there?
Yeah,
A couple of snakes come slithering out after you.
if you want to, if you want to see, we could take some with us.
They seem to be ignoring you. They seem to be heading out, to get to warm up again, basically.
Ingram will step out of their way and look at them.
They're very large snakes.
Like anaconda size or bigger?
Not that big. No.
Okay.
No. But they are large snakes. Leonard, you can give me a survival check. That's good enough.
But
It's good enough. They're definitely related to rattlesnakes. Even if they've got the rattly tails.
weird looking things.
But they are clearly adapted to living in the desert. They blend in very well with the sand.
Ah, okay.
I think they're cute.
You would.
Southern Peninsula dire rattler?
Kinda. They are big rattlesnakes.
Well, like, just kind of hold a torch out so that we can at least light up a little bit of the cave, the front of the cave.
Sure, that's actually quite doable. Doing so, it's a deep cave, and you see there are a lot of. It looks like it's basically a place where various animals, and at this point, the mostly snakes right now have sort of coiled up to get out of the excessive heat. You get the impression, like looking at the area, that you're pretty sure the snakes sort of alternate between going out and absorbing the nice heat out in the desert and heading back in occasionally to if it gets too bad and such. And it was particularly bad while you were sort of moving through, but some of them looked like they'd had enough of the cave. Also, that there is some water in the cave, so you can occasionally there's like small pools and such.
What time
Snakes
of
in
the
the
day?
Make
cave.
those.
It is about right about noon actually,
All right.
so it's bloody hot right now.
Yeah.
Ingram's just going to kind of walk enough into the cave so that she's out of the direct sunlight, sit down, and say, I wonder if they mind company.
Well, they're snakes.
Well, that's an interesting question. How they're going to react?
I just kind of stand there and shock, going, ah.
Okay, give me a reflex check.
That thing I don't have!
Yep.
Look at that one right there.
Yeah, who didn't see that coming?
Yeah. Well, in your process of sort of getting in there, sitting down, you seem to have irritated one of the snakes that you didn't notice on the way in. You basically sort of kicked it and such as you walked in,
Oops.
and it's curled up, it's rattling, and it's hissing at you menacingly.
Okay, I'm going.
And as you leave the cave, you feel a very slight tug on the back of your robes, and you realize that it just missed biting you.
Rude.
Well,
It's an animal, and you scared it.
Engram is not particularly in tune with nature.
No.
we can either just pass the cave by, or it probably wouldn't be too difficult to find a way past the snakes if we wanted to explore the cave.
Or we could just clear them out.
That's part of what I meant.
Hmm.
It's one of the options in the second suggestion.
Well, I will say this: you are able to gather pretty quickly. It's probably not that deep a cave, so
All right.
Do have a mission.
We're wasting time. Let's go.
all right. You continue on southwards.
I'm gonna take one last look inside the cave to see if I can spot anything aside from random animals.
Give me a spot check. Nope.
21. All right. Okay, let's go.
Honestly, that was a bit of a little flavor that I was not expecting you to investigate too much. It's like, and there's a little rock outcrop with a little cave in it. Ooh, that must be important. What? No.
No.
My exploration sense tingled after all the
I
snakes
know.
attacked.
There was something in there. It may or may not have been important, but there was something, and there were snakes.
There were snakes. I was trying to think of what it was. I was debating between snakes and scorpions.
Scorpions would have been more fun.
Scorpions wouldn't have been cute.
Scorpions can be cute.
This. You guys are strange.
At any rate, you continue traveling along the route that you're following. And eventually you get to a particularly large sort of pillar that's been in the sand. And you notice that there are now 2 rows of them going off in, basically forking off from this point. One going southwest, one going southeast.
All right.
Which way?
I believe that we want to go southeast.
That is correct.
Okay. Let's go southeast.
All right. You follow the trail to the southeast.
Hey.
I need an endurance check from everybody, by the way. A fortitude check.
Fortitude or
Fortitude, survival, or endurance. Any of those choices. Whatever is best for you.
Endurance would be difficult, given it doesn't exist in this edition.
That's right.
Oh, okay. So it's just fort then.
Yep.
18, 19, 21,
Yeah,
22.
whatever.
All right, you're all fine.
Hey. How's the camel doing?
Camel's fine.
Clearly, it scored a 20, so that way we have a straight.
The camel is fine. It seems to be doing perfectly okay.
Does it like
That's-
Engram any more than Leonard?
No. It doesn't like any of you.
It's surly.
Yeah. You're all bipedal. You all suck.
Engram's going to scribble a mustache on it.
It may not react well to that.
I don't expect it to.
I suspect it'll probably try to bite you.
No. You scribble. If you when you attempt to do that, it snorts and proceeds to bite your hat and take it off and starts chewing on it.
I didn't like that hat anyway. Okay, that's enough. Give that back. Yank.
I think
It doesn't let go.
I cast domination on the camel. It lets go.
All right. It lets go. It immediately lets go, and it looks very surprised and snorts. And seems to be glaring at you.
You can give Leonard all the sass you want because it's adorable, but you don't talk back to me. Got it?
It doesn't
It
talk.
glares.
so
It
it's kinda
glares.
hard for it
It
to do
glares
that.
at you.
you just
Good. I put my hat back on and keep walking.
It's hard for it to talk when it can't talk.
It knows what I meant.
Leonard, I'll say this. You notice it stops being annoying to you. And it's a new source of displeasure.
I kind of remember to it. Been putting up with that for weeks.
snort.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
It said snort.
No, not the camel. What were you saying to the camel? I couldn't hear it.
I don't know. It's not like it can understand me anyway.
Yep. None of us can understand Leonard at any time.
And that's why he's adorable.
All right, so, yes,
Leonard snorts.
every now and then, if you end up wandering anywhere near the camel, it starts doing a lot of things it had been doing to Leonard before. Bumping into you in completely accidental ways. Occasionally accidentally treading on your feet, etc.
Okay, accidentally on purpose.
I'm gonna freeze the hair on top of its head
Oh my
and just
god!
leave it that way.
It's just
Stop
a dumb
abusing the
animal.
poor camel!
It's being rude.
It's
It's a camel! They're rude!
Camels are apparently very rude creatures.
Jaxie will interject. If anything, it is just demonstrating that it doesn't like someone for some possibly justified reason.
I like
At which point, Hesperia sort of pipes up and says, that's just the way camels are. Just
So
give...
they are all rude.
Yes. This one seems to be particularly intransient. Just give it a... just don't walk near it, and it probably will leave you alone. It probably won't go out of its way to irritate you.
I
Yep.
like the camel. I give it a hug.
It bites you.
It spits at you.
You know, I go to all this trouble to defend you, and you go and spit on me. Fine, be that way.
Now I understand why Leonard thought that this was a good camel. It was actually acting neutral towards him.
This is just how it operates. It is somewhat surly, yes. It is fairly surly for a camel, but... Alright, anyways, you guys travel along this path for a while. Another couple hours later, it's mid-afternoon now. You get to the next pillar. And what you notice now is that this particular pillar seems to be broken.
Interesting.
It's been shattered, broken off sort of about knee level.
Does it seem like it just kind of broke into quake, or does it look like it was...
No, it
destroyed?
looks like it was very actively destroyed. It looks like it was fairly recently.
Hmm. Looking ahead with some sky eyes,
Uh-huh.
do the pillars ahead seem to have that kind of
What
condition?
pillars
Or are
ahead?
they also... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
So,
We have a problem.
what's the problem?
Well, not necessarily. We were operating just fine before we found these pillars.
Well, these have been actively destroyed, right? Well, this one has. Well, there's none up ahead, so they've been actively destroyed, which means there's probably something hostile in this area. And it doesn't look like this was too difficult to accomplish.
Why would anyone want to destroy guide pillars?
I'm going to guess a native creature of the desert that has no regard for them. Like
So
a big
what you're
worm or
saying
something.
is some kind of villain.
Yes.
Let's find it and punish it for such vandalism.
Well, assuming...
You know where I'll bet it is? In the place we were originally going. Let's just head there.
You know what? You're probably right. Where else would a vile villain go and hide in a desert? Except in
Exactly.
mysterious ruins. It makes perfect sense. Or maybe
Yeah.
some sort of underground base.
No, it's definitely the ruins. Let's go there.
Alright, so you keep heading sort of southish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ingram's going to make a point to be flying while doing this.
Perfectly okay. Everyone should give me a...
Punch check? I can
No,
do
a sense motive check.
that.
think it's the appropriate skill for
18.
this.
I know it.
I
Yes,
might
you
know
do.
it.
Okay, Leonard and Jaxie.
Oh.
You both know you need a 20.
I made a 10.
Yeah, no. You both notice that
Wait,
Hesperia,
how's
that
that?
Hesperia sort of has a very sort of thoughtful, sort of like she's actively trying to remember something, sort of expression on her face as she's walking around, looking around.
Something the matter?
It's been a long time since it's been years since I've lived anywhere near here. I'm just there's something about this part of the way this part of the desert that's reminding me of something I can't remember. You know, it's on the tip of my sort of like on the tip of my tongue type thing. Something to be wary of, but I'm forgetting what exactly.
Is it a big monster?
It might be. I don't remember.
Engrim is flying upside down while asking this question.
Okay. She said basically as you're walking along, I would recommend keeping an eye out for, I don't know, something.
Well, that's
Just,
helpful.
I wish I could be more helpful, but there's something. Just remembering something like it's hard to notice, but that's actually somewhat dangerous as part of the desert.
Hard to notice.
I could lift Leonard up really high and he could take a good look around.
What?
I've got enough passenger capacity for one.
That's not what.
You know you can see things better than any of us can.
I don't want to go up in the air.
Why, are you afraid?
I didn't say that.
Well, why not then?
I don't want to go up in the air.
Why not?
No.
Are you afraid I'm going to call you adorable where no one can hear it?
She calls you adorable when we can hear it. What's the problem?
All right. What I need from everybody right now is a spot check.
Well, I rolled a 1.
I didn't.
Okay.
I suspect none of us were good enough anyways.
Right. Well, okay. Everyone except Engrim. Okay. A few things happen. I'm going to move you guys off the oasis.
Teleport.
So you're out in the desert area. All right. So, Camel. Guys, put yourselves in the order you're moving, basically.
I'm acting as
Which direction are we moving in?
You're
Right
sure
here,
heading
here,
southeast, so
southeast.
like this way. You probably want. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, the camel is sort of there, and Hesperia is sort of like there-ish. All right. That's good. Okay, those of you who rolled a 15 or better,
6.
notice that the camel has slowed down significantly and is looking around suspiciously.
animal instincts.
What I need from everybody right now is a reflex save. Those of you who did notice the camel slowing down get a bonus of plus.
2.
Yeah, +2.
Well, that wasn't going to help.
Ingram does not have to make it, but because you're flying.
Oh, good. I was going to ask that.
So-
Poor Jaxie.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, we do have hero points.
Yes, you do have a hero point.
I'm not sure whether I should use it or not in this situation.
When the antlion swallows you whole, I shall fondly remember you.
Well,
Fine.
all right. So, Leonard, you may move your. Okay, actually, first I'm going to draw something on the map.
Is it a sandworm? Are we going to get a whole bunch of spice?
The spice must flow. Or something. I never actually watched that movie or read the book.
Neither of them are that good.
The book's very good, but
I'm just kidding.
the movie is special.
The movie is special. I think that's the best term for it.
All right, Leonard, you may Leonard, you and Zarkov, Leonard, you may move yourself to basically anywhere on the sort of this side of the circle. Zarkov, you can move yourself anywhere on the edge of the side. Jaxie, you lose your footing and slide as the sand basically starts funneling downwards.
Sarlacc!
I'm going to hover down and grab Jaxie and lift him up.
Well, not yet.
Okay. Dramatic moments first.
Yes.
Besides, Jaxie's going to be completely stoned from all the spice.
It's that one thing from Ghouls and Ghosts!
I completely called it. It's an antlion.
Yeah. There is a very large insect, and Jaxie, you slide one square towards it, basically. I'm not going to roll initiative, but we're not going to do a full sort of combat thing for this just yet.
Oh,
Damn.
that's not...
That's pretty good for me.
All right.
I actually will add all of you to the initiative tracker, though. That's the wrong button. Actually, I'll add the camel, too. What the hell? So, update your initiatives. I guess I'll deal with the antlion also.
Zarkov and I rolled the same thing.
Except I have an actual bonus to my initiative.
You do. Because I have 10 decks.
Hesperia. Yeah.
It's like I'm not a particularly nimble person.
Yes, I did put initiative on the honor token. Yay. Oh, wow. That's right, I added macros to her. Alright, and the camel will be last. Because
Because it's a camel.
Camel uses spit. It's super disgusting.
Alright, Hesperia goes, oh, right, the antlions! That's what it was!
That seems like a very important detail to forget.
Well, those aren't the real. Those ones aren't the real problems.
It does look kind of small to have caused that kind of damage.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that there is a tribe of bugmen who live in this area that kind of worship the big antlions.
As Jaxie sinks ever more.
Oh, right.
Yes, Ingram, you can pull Jaxie out before the antlion bites at him. Since you beat the antlion's initiative, it sort of makes chittering noises, snaps its mandibles a bunch.
I'm going to fly over it and observe at about 3 feet.
It hisses at you,
Punch it.
I hiss back.
and then it makes a horrible screeching noise.
Oh, rude.
Uh-oh.
Rude again. You have this tendency of calling things rude that are not typical.
Screaming in
of
someone's ear is very rude.
No, it's not.
Everyone shut up!
I will keep that in mind. Oh dear.
Move this here. And you hear sort of hissing sliding noises and a big rumbling noise to the southeast. Wait, what just happened? Wait, what?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. Okay. I had my token repository set to view as player for some reason.
Ah,
So I made something not visible to players, something disappeared.
This circle.
Yeah, I'll redraw that circle now. That should be large enough. Yep, that's good. Close enough. I should have the visible players, actually. The reason I've moved that one, the one that was in the middle way, is using that for initiative tracker, so if you actually kill one of the antlions, then it doesn't immediately delete it from the list.
Yep. Cameraman.
All right, and I should roll for this one. Okay. Nope. What? Wrong button. I added it twice.
ah.
Like, I added something twice to the initiative.
It's just that cool.
So you see a big sort of whirlpooling of sand over here, down here. Wrong button. Down here. But you don't see anything coming out of it just yet. All right. Well, Hesperia is up first. She will shoot at Antlion 4, I guess. And she'll go full auto bow on it because, duh.
Rap.
I think that's actually 3 hits.
It is.
Yeah,
Yep.
holy crap.
And that, I think our minimum damage will probably kill it. Because her damage is D8 plus 4, so
Oh, jeez.
3d8 plus 12. Let's make that a roll. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Her minimum damage won't kill it. But it will do a lot of damage to it. Yeah. I was going to note that it's been badly injured. Zarkov, you're up.
Activate my gauntlets.
Uh-huh.
Aha! Waste of a 20, but 5 foot
It's
step.
very active.
Punch. I think that misses.
Yes, it does.
Did you get a second attack?
Now,
I used it to activate my gauntlets.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Engram.
This is the one she just hit?
No, she shot the one up.
There's
Up there.
4 up here in the corner.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna aim at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go!
Zorch.
Well, if it fails, it will die.
We're effective level 9, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That should actually be 7d6 then.
Well, it's dead anyway.
Did the DC go up?
Oh,
No.
Then it's fine.
Aim.
it exactly. That lines.
All right, Giant Ant Lion 5 will attempt to bite at Zorkov with its mandibles.
Oh, pardon, but do you want me to be actively making concentration checks to maintain levitation?
You should, yes, since we're in combat.
Okay. And down I go.
Okay.
17 misses.
Yep. Its mandibles sort of... you managed to pull it out away out of its mandibles. All right. This comes... Actually, it can't do a full move out of the... It basically can only move to there. It's slow getting up out of its pit. That one can get close to Engram, though.
Go away, you're rude.
Chomp. It misses.
Well,
You're pathetic and rude.
Chomp. A chomp. A chewy chomp.
All right, that's it for the Antlions this round. Jaxie.
Um, hmm. Let's just throw Dash up. I only take one drain.
Sweet.
Nice.
So you're all dashed.
I think we already have the pink aura. No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one.
And immediately the payoff begins.
Yep. That's it for Jaxie. Leonard.
Here. And I will do a full attack against the giant ant lion.
Mm-hmm.
I kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was well below half at that point. All right. Now this is visible.
Oh, much cooler. That's a much better thing to fight.
Well, it's
also
a good
su-
thing that
It's also much better at moving quickly out of its pit and through the sand. It's going to make a mandible strike at you, Leonard. Not Leonard.
I'm over here.
Yeah,
How
you're
big is its face?
No, it
It has
doesn't.
very long mandibles.
Actually, it can't mandible. It can't use mandibles on you right from there. It can only attack you with its front limbs. So it attempts to spear you with one of its front legs.
Okay. Oh, damn.
It
That's going
crits.
to hurt.
All right, is this a crit? Confirm. No.
No.
So you take 5
It
damage.
doesn't hurt that much, actually.
Ta! Its front leg is very sharp and spiky. So it hurts. You'll heal up, but it hurts.
Ow.
The camel goes.
Camel uses camel spit. It is very effective.
The camel is going, the antlions are over there. I'm going to move this way.
Surprised it's not making just a full retreat.
Nope.
It is fast camel.
Hesperia's up. She's going to continue trying to... Actually, Hesperia's going to shoot at the giant antlion too. She has a precise shot feat.
Oh, wow.
Hit, miss.
Oh, she rolled 2 ones.
Yeah. Eight damage to antlion 2. And they have how many hit points? 24. Okay.
It is
Okay.
down to 2/3.
Yep. Yes, on average, if she hits with all 3, she should kill one. Zarkov, you're up.
5-foot step.
Okay.
Pacifist crush. I'm not power attacking because it's still going to miss.
That's 1 miss. You get another one. Actually,
Secondary attack also missed.
And
And,
primary-
primary
and-
again.
They're dashed.
Did you add 2 to the first one?
Oh, I
It still
did not,
misses, though.
but still missed.
Oh,
It's AC 22.
Oh.
That hits.
Yes, with the dash bonus, that does. $15 damage.
Yes, 15, because I didn't pacifist crush on that one.
So... You punch it! Thunk! Actually, it's actually less damage than that.
Goddamn damage resistance.
Yeah, it's resistant to fire.
Oh. Damn.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Sorry. Angrim, you're up.
My breath weapon counts as a ranged attack, right?
Yes, but if you 5 foot
Okay.
step away, you'll be fine.
As to that, that means staying near the other thing. This thing can hit me. I don't care. I will breath at this one right here that's right next to me.
All
Just
right.
because.
So you're provoking?
Yeah.
All right.
Go!
Chomp!
That's 1 damage, I think.
Yep. 1 damage.
You're grabbed.
Does it make its reflex?
That's a good question. It might die.
Aha! I've got you.
It dies.
It is very damn dead.
Fully healed.
And Ingram's like, out, out. One note, actually, you actually are slightly slower moving through the sand than you are normally.
Oh.
Knock off 5 feet off your base move.
Okay, so then 55,
Yeah.
so then... Alright, and then we've also got this going on, so I'm over here then.
Yep, that's... It's a case of you're not used to moving at very high speeds through sand.
Fair enough.
Antlion's turns.
I'm also very proud of that breath. That's the hardest breath I've hit.
Actually, it's not going to do that.
Is it climbing up to get me?
Yes, it is.
I think that is.
It provokes.
Count. Yeah. Okay.
It's an animal. It doesn't think about this sort of thing.
I'm just checking. Yeah. I don't think I can actually trip this thing. So.
It won't be easy, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, multipeds get a +4.
Yep.
All right. So.
Aren't we all multi-pets?
You know what I meant.
That hits.
hit.
Like, yeah. Like quadrupeds or higher.
Yes.
And no, putting on a horse costume and trying to act like a quadruped does not make you a quadruped.
God damn it! That was my next plan.
There is no brony bonus.
Roar. Alright, so you do 8 damage and -1 con on Antline 5.
Oh, max, nice.
Okay. Jaxie. Oh, if not yet. I got other Antlines to go.
Dr. Cool.
Alright, that one can't get to you this turn. Not even that one. Now, Jaxie, it's your turn.
5-foot step. And I'm going to use Flare Arrow against Giant Antline 1.
Okay.
I missed, probably.
Sensei.
Pardon you.
Yeah, I probably miss.
You didn't.
Its touch attack is 12. With the dash bonus, you hit.
Oh, right. So that's 14 damage on that.
Alright. Antline 1.
7 drain. Oh well.
Ow. Leonard.
Tornado blades. So I'm gonna 5-foot adjust to here and then do that.
Okay.
And hit the camel in the process.
Yeah, I'm going to attack Antlion 5 until it dies, and then attack 3.
Right.
The button. Did I not hit the button? Did I hit it twice?
You hit it twice.
I did hit it twice. Okay. Well, that first set of rolls is really good. So.
Well, yes. You take the first set of rolls because they all hit.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the second set of rolls. Oh, I had a crit on the thing. Whatever. Okay, damage 3 times. 3 plus 1 and 7 plus 1. So let's see, that's 11 damage and 1 con damage. After the first attack, and then 7 more damage and 1 more con damage.
That'll drop it.
Okay, and then the last one on the last other insect, 3 damage and 1 con damage.
This is Antlion 3.
Yeah,
So how much it was? 3? Okay.
just 3 and 1 con damage.
That's the wrong one. one's dead, sorry. That one's also dead. Alright, there we go. Got it.
It's okay, guys. I've got these ones.
Monster's Antline is up. It's going to full attack you, Eric.
I am shocked.
So 2 limb strikes, 2 strikes from his front limbs. And then,
And
and then the mandibles.
that's a hit. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
And bite.
Yay!
It missed the bite.
Yes. So you take 7 damage.
Well, we haven't found out what happens if we get grabbed. He said, thus jinxing it for everyone.
Well, Engram killed the one that grabbed her, so...
Yeah. Apparently they die if they grab you.
Shows them.
The camel... Adjust a little bit more. Actually, no.
I'm glad you have so much faith in me.
It's keeping... It's trying to keep you between it and the antlion.
It is determined that if antlions approach Leonard, they die.
Yes. It is in favor of that. Hesperia is going to open up on Giant Antlion 1. Hit, miss, dear lord. Alright, so
2 3s that time.
I'm going to add a button for arrow damage. Five more. Dink. Yeah, well. It's pretty beat up. Zarkov!
Kamehameha. Sure, why not? We'll go full on punch it till it's dead mode.
Miss.
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 I'm rolling crap.
Yeah, basically your fists are glancing off of its hard carapace. By the way, Leonard,
Yeah?
the carapaces on these things, especially the really big one, looks very similar to the armor those guys were wearing.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
It occurs to you that if you'd actually gotten on long better with them, they might have been able to warn you about these things.
We got along much better than I thought we would.
Just saying.
Oh, and I'm fully healed.
Yeah, I know. Engram.
All right. Yeah, getting business done here. Aiming somewhere over here so it doesn't hit Zarkov. I'm gonna throw an ice ball.
Okay.
Where's my dang thing? Here we are. Woo! And I pass.
Okay.
All right, so then that's going to be
Was this named and or incanted?
both.
Okay.
Yeah, so I pass that. I think that's a D6 per caster level.
It is.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's, I don't know if I count my lore master levels. No, I don't.
You don't unless you took the lore of spellcasting.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so 5d6. 19 cold damage.
It fails. It takes the full 19.
Woo! I think I might be better off just trying to breath it.
Doing math.
In any case, that's it for me.
Okay. Okay, got it. The last giant antlion goes. There are actually 2 of them. He'll 5-foot step toward Leonard.
Okay.
Mandible crush. No, wrong button. Sorry. That's what it gets. The mandible crush is what it gets to do if you actually are grabbed on its next turn.
I see.
It just gets to do
Okay.
damage. It misses you.
All right. Yes.
Animals. That misses Jaxie.
Miss.
Hooray.
Jaxie.
Oh, you. Shift. Flare arrow at land 1.
Uh-huh.
That's more damage.
That's a decent amount of damage.
And you will cast it, too.
So you succeed in the casting. Actually, I think you beat it by. Did you beat it by 10?
I beat
did.
it by 10, so
Half
that's-
damage, half drain.
So that is 2 or 3 drain.
Round in your favor.
All right, so that's only 2 drain. The attack hits because it's plus 13. It's 13, 11, and 22 damage.
Even with its fire resistance. Leonard.
Gotta attack this thing. Hit it.
Yep.
3 and 1 Constitution damage.
All right.
I'll attack it again.
Yep.
Plus 2. Well, didn't even need it, so I hit. 5 and 1 Constitution damage.
Uh huh.
And this one will be result minus.
This will probably kill it if you hit.
Result minus 3. So, oh, I rolled 2. Okay.
All right, it's alive, but in bad shape.
And 5 punches.
Yep. Monster Santline's turn. It'll continue trying to devour, trying to do awful things to Zarkov. Nope.
Nope.
Yep.
Yes.
Wrong button. Miss. Damn it! What happened with the damn mandibles? Asperia is fairly certain that Leonard has that last antline in lockdown, so she's going to turn her attention to the big one.
Well, that
It's,
hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. 2 good hits, yes.
– 17 damage.
Not bad.
Yeah. Again, she's not actually shooting arrows. She's shooting those bolts of sort of purple-blue energy at it. Zarkov.
All right, starting fist this guy. Or rather, goodwill towards men smash. That hits. Finally.
All right. What's its saving throw on this?
That's a good question.
It's a fortitude save, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think it's a fortitude save plus half my character, with a difficulty of 10 plus half my character level, which would be 5, plus my wisdom modifier, which is 0. So it's probably going to pass it. Oh yeah.
You also, it's more than that because you get a bonus from the it being oh, whatever. We'll work it out later.
It definitely made it. 'Cause
Yes, it
I
did.
don't.
I think it's like +2 on top of that for being the Warrior of Justice power.
Yeah, it is +2 on that top of that for the Warrior of Justice power, but it doesn't matter. So 18 damage there, minus its fire resistance.
So yes, the D6. Oh, okay. So it is. You now know what its fire resistance is. 5.
Gotcha.
So that is
second
minus
attack-
5, so 13 on that.
Secondary attack doesn't hit, and then the second primary hits.
All right, so. All right, it is badly hurt.
It punched through its chest yet?
You are cracking its carapace. It is oozing somewhat. It is Engrim's turn.
Punch, punch, punch.
I'm muted.
Aha.
Damn it. I want to do a spellcraft check to get some insight as to Hesperia's bow.
All right.
So that is going to be. Yeah, 27.
As far as you can tell, it appears to be a magical bow of speed that shoots magical ammo.
Okay.
There's definitely an element of sorcery about it, as if it's sort of using sorcerer's power to generate the energy bolts. But it looks like, as far as you can tell, it is a magical bow.
All right.
There's definitely sorcery. Your impression is that there was sorcery involved in building it.
Fair enough. As for Big Buggy over there, go!
All right.
It's always so loud.
Ooh,
You
good
ass.
save.
So the
See,
the
that's-
cold breath spreads over it and sort of ice sort of tinkles off it. Doesn't seem to be too impressed.
See, I would say that might be rude. It did accept your gift of ice.
Quiet, furball.
Mandibles. Aha!
Oh god.
No, that's on Leonard.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Take 7. And you're grabbed in his mandibles. Jaxie.
Let's see here. Wonder if I should help Leonard out or help out Zarka.
Fine.
All right.
It's gonna die next round.
All right. Let's see here. I could throw a fireball that will hit just the antlion, but not Zarkov. Right?
Yep.
I have enough range for that. So I'm going to attempt to do that.
Okay.
We'll see what happens here.
Full incantation and everything.
Full incantation, so it's a 6 drain. But I'll just take the drain and then just let the attack hit. It's 27 fire damage unless it hits an 18 reflex save. So it's halved, so that drops it down to
15, which is dropped
Yeah.
to 10 because there's fire resistance.
So try it.
It is somewhat scorched.
Yes.
Leonard. Do you want to try to escape?
I
Or would you rather just try to kill it?
I'm just gonna kill it.
That's what I thought.
I hit it twice, so
Yeah, it's dead.
all right, I'm free. And
You're no longer grabbed.
Yeah, yeah. And
If you had been, it would have done... Wrong button. That's the... We're
I'm
done.
just gonna hit the right one.
There we go. We're done 8 damage to you.
yeah, it would have doubled what it was doing. Yeah, sure.
And maintain the grabbing.
Hey, you
Sure.
want tic-tac-toe with dead ant lions.
All right. The monstrous ant line goes. It continues trying to savage the thing in front of it.
My thing now? Thanks.
Wrong button. Let's see. Here we go. That's why. Okay. I think that misses you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's a clean miss. That's a clean hit.
And... Chomp!
Uh-oh.
You are grabbed by
Ow.
it.
11?
Yeah.
Ow.
20. The other one hit.
Take a total of 20 damage this round.
Yeah. Ow.
Hesperia's up. She's going to unload on the giant ant lion because
Because duh. Ooh.
3 hits.
Thunk, thunk, thunk.
No jackpot.
It's a little bit above average. Oh, the hits, the 3 hits is jackpot, but
Yeah.
so it's 18, 20. Yeah, that drops it. Splat.
I totally had it, as I say, as I extract myself from its jaws.
I just wanted to save some time.
Alright.
As an aside, its Mandible Crush does.
That would have been ouchies.
Yeah. And it would have been dragging you back towards its hole.
I've got sand in my wounds. Oh, this is really painful digging it out.
I could wash it out for you.
Okay.
Aqua create.
A comedic moment of me looking drenched.
But your wounds are clean.
That's good.
I could patch them too,
No.
because out of character, you know what I meant.
Yes.
Right. Well, Hesperia's like, okay, well, right, antlions. We need to find somewhere which is, ideally, if we can find something more rocky to move on, that'd be better.
Engram will fly up and look for rocks.
Off to the east, you can actually see, you see sort of a rocky, sort of, a series of rocks and such, moving in the right general direction. It's be sort of a spire of rocks. It's sort of like there are a bunch of rock outcroppings to be heading in the right direction.
Engram will fly back down and communicate this information.
All right, so we should walk. We should head that way and be very. She says, now that I remember that these things are here, we can actually sort of at least be able to. You'll be able to tell sort of the right general areas where they are, because it'll be the sand on top where they've buried themselves will be. You'll be able to tell. It'll look somewhat different from the rest of the sand around it. It'll be much smoother and such.
So there won't be any of those big hills that you can slide down?
No.
Then we really should avoid these things.
Yes. All right, so you guys head out towards the outcroppings. Leonard,
Yes.
actually, since you're the one who's doing the, you should give me some spot checks. Now you know what to look for.
Okay.
Her offer of an aerial view still stands.
Well, that spot check, you're able to pick out a couple of areas which you should avoid. There are a few areas where you see things like bones from other things and other animals and such. Near some of those, like the areas where you can see what probably are some antlion spots.
Mm.
And eventually you get to the rocky outcropping.
Okay.
It is by now getting on towards night. There's no really to pitch tents that are really advantageous for you right now, but there's some nooks and crannies here in the rocks that you probably could sleep in fairly safely.
Okay. Let's do that.
Give me a survival check to find some good ones, Leonard.
I rolled a
You
1.
think you think you found some good ones?
All right, this should be good, guys.
Engram will wash the sand off the rocks.
All right. Well, you are camping out for the night.
Does it look like there's a good basin spot?
Not really. No.
Boo.
What's it with you in baths?
I like water.
Okay, fine.
That seemed to shut you up very quickly.
The camel looks somewhat irritated by the rocks, but it's dealing.
You want to be eaten alive? Yeah, I didn't think so.
It snorts.
Okay, so I guess that we're gonna sleep in the rocks and
Yep.
stuff. Let's set up a
okay.
watch and stuff, and yeah.
All right. So first watch should give me some percepti bits. So spot listen.
Listen. Spot. Always roll Whatever I roll second.
Let's see here. Oh, look, that actually was competent this time with.
All right.
Once.
You again. You guys actually do see off in the distance, running along sort of some of the things. What I mentioned to Leonard off in the distance, you sort of see robed figures riding. What? Now that you've seen them, you're fairly certain that what they're riding are monstrous antlions.
Ah.
And Jaxie,
Yes.
you remember that Hesperia mentioned that you can tell these guys actually. You're fairly certain these are bugmen,
Bugmen.
yeah, like the ones you fought way back when.
Bugmen.
Which Hesperia mentioned there are tribes. There's a tribe of them that lives somewhere down here in the desert that worship the really big really big antlions.
Jaxie looks at the monstrous antlion, back to the bugman, back to the antlion, then the bugman, and says, I think we might need to get moving. Unless we.
It occurs to you that you generally don't use the things that you actually worship as draft animals.
I assumed when you said the really big ones that to mean that there were very, 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 very big ones.
Huge size or larger.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, the one you fought was huge.
Right.
Oh,
It goes larger.
Oh shit, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
They come bigger than that. Basically, is the
We're
implication.
talking like colossal or some shit. Yeah.
Like gargantuan.
Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum.
All right, but nothing else happens on your watch, guys.
Yay.
It is second watch.
Hooray! I'm asleep.
Is that a hooray?
It's Amgrim and Jaxie's usually here, but apparently he's going with Zarkov.
Well, I thought I thought we were just doing a general check. I forgot that we were resting, so that will
Apply to that watch. Okay,
apply that watch then.
sure. That's when you guys see this. Then it did.
Yeah.
I wanted it to happen on a watch when someone with Lore Master could have seen it. So yeah, Jaxie, you notice it this watch.
They're not moving towards us, are they?
Nope, they seem to be moving roughly parallel, actually.
They're probably following us by keeping distance.
It's possible. Distinctly possible. Or they might not be. Who knows? I'm not telling you right now, that's for sure.
I know one way we could find out. Not going to.
So are we done with this watch? Or is there anything you guys want to do with this information, or do you want to move on to the next watch?
I don't see how there's any way we could change our situation with it.
All right, that's fine. Then we move on to the last watch.
Okay.
Leonard,
Yes.
it's your watch now,
Yes.
so that means the usual.
Okay. Those are very average for me.
Yeah. Actually, you do notice something. It's sort of hard to miss it, really.
We're about
You-
to be eaten.
No, nothing like that. You do notice that there is a couple of very large. There's actually not a couple, I should say. What you notice up in the air something that looks like a very, very large bird, sort of just gliding by
Oh dear.
from east to west.
It's a rock.
East to west. Okay.
Yep.
And there's a rainbow coming from behind it.
Nope.
I was gonna say, get your Pokeballs ready.
But basically, it just seems to be gliding. And as it gets sort of off past a couple of like big hills, you notice it sort of banks up and then comes diving down at an incredible rate. And you can sort of hear a very distant thud and a screech of an animal making some animal making a screeching noise in pain. Little-
This place is really, really creepy.
Then you hear sort of the little woof, woof, and you notice the big bird sort of flapping back up in the air, carrying something big and dangly in its talons. As sort of banks back around to the east and goes flying off.
Is it carapace?
No, actually, it's not.
There are many large creatures out in this wasteland.
Actually, well, possibly yes. Or there might be something that's not wasteland over that way.
Well, okay. Good thing I don't have to try and sleep again tonight.
And it is morning. The dawn breaks on a new day. A hot, miserable, sweaty day.
Aqua
much-
create.
Actually, you don't stay very sweaty very long in this heat and dryness, so.
How much longer do we have to go anyway?
Hesperia thinks you actually should be able to get there you should be able to get to where you're headed roughly by evening if she's right by her reading of the map and such, and if the map's at all accurate.
Sounds good. Let's go!
Levitation.
All right, so you travel along for a while, and you travel along the rocks. Occasionally, you have to sort of pop down out of the sand from an outcropping, but it's not that big a deal. This is not Arrakis, so you don't have to worry about like sandworms leaping up out of the sand as you cross between rocky outcroppings.
It is, however, Tremors.
No,
It's Tremors 3.
oh dear Lord, no.
Ass blasters!
All right. Actually, so as you keep traveling south, off to the west, which is where, Nick, you saw the big bird flying and making that sort of diving kill. You can sort of see what looks like greenery off that direction, a ways. There's like sort of like a bit of a rise of what looks like sort of actual like rock-like hills, and you can sort of see like hints of greenery over the top of the hills.
Okay. Guess we will keep that in mind.
Yep. On the plus side, honestly, it turns out that this rocky outcropping seems to be leading you in the right direction.
That's good. Very convenient.
Yes, it is. Because after a long time, I actually do need another. I need endurance survival from everybody.
Yeah, whatever.
Hell.
Fortitude saves?
Yep.
I might hero point this one.
Yeah, I might as well.
There we go.
What's the result if I don't?
Actually, since you haven't failed many, it won't be too bad.
Okay. I splashed myself with some more water.
All right. Yeah. Basically, it's just it's like you'll have some minor penalties on a couple of particular skill checks and such, but it's not that you haven't hit the second stage of exhaustion from traveling the desert, which is where the bad stuff comes in.
Actually, let me check my spell list. Resting. Do I have fatigue?
Right now, by
Yes.
the end of the day, you might. Yes.
Okay, that's not a problem. I actually have a spell that heals that.
Well, there you go.
Yay, magic.
Yeah. Yes, but if you also if you fail the second one in a row, the resting won't have counteracted the effect you've got. It's
Okay,
cumulative.
fair enough. But I effectively am riding no penalties for the
Right,
time.
exactly.
Alrighty.
Because at the end of the day, you basically crest the last hill, and you see before you magnificent set of ruins that are sort of they've been bleached by the sun and weathered by sandstorms here and there. And it's very clear. It looks like it was a giant sort of Parthenon-like building almost,
It's the Petra.
but it's like half buried in sand now, with huge stone doors covered in ruins and such.
Dave Wonders. Well, sooner we get there, sooner we can leave.
Yes.
Fly, 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 fly.
All right, so you head down towards there, and you're now in front of the doors on the steps in front of the place. And I think I neglected to actually make a map for that. Yeah, I did. All right, so let's see. Let's just remove remove those. I accidentally deleted the oasis, the water in the oasis, but whatever. Not
So much for
important.
purifying it.
I can put it back. I can just draw I can draw sort of the general thing. It's not that hard. Actually, that'll work. All right. Actually, hang on. Let me get rid of the ant lines because
Because duh.
there we go. So I'll move you guys back a bit here. Wrong. The building is not oval. There we go. There we go. That will do for the time being.
Ooh.
So yes, and actually, that is roughly where the doors are. It's like big, giant stone double doors covered in runes.
I'm going to approach the runes and try to read them, or at least figure out something what they could mean.
All right, go ahead.
Lore Master.
That could work. Unless you've got some other skill for that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would use.
Hey.
I have knowledge history and lore master knowledge I could possibly invoke, but
I think I have knowledge history. Yeah, actually, I do know I have knowledge history. I could do that instead if you want me to.
Lore Master's fine.
Okay.
I guess I'll assist. Or at
Actually,
least
would
try to
knowledge
involve-
religion be relevant?
It might be. You're not sure.
I'll roll that just to be safe. 1d20 plus 12.
My main thing would not be to parse out the
Lar.
language, but to determine what the language might be
Right.
when it comes to knowledge history.
All right. Let's see. Religion is not applicable, actually.
Ooh.
Your lore master is sadly. Jaxie's is high enough, I think. Let me double check this.
25 is the threshold for obscure
Yep.
knowledge.
That should be enough. Let me just double check my notes. on
Knowledge Arcana?
this. That's actually not applicable.
Okay.
No. You'll see in a second. I just want to double check one quick thing. So I'm
Okay.
not misremembering something.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah, you need a 25.
Can I glean something from the runes if I try to hide?
No.
Can I
Jaxie,
doors?
you are 100% certain that these are an ancient form of Draconic, basically. The language of dragons.
Huh. So this must be either a temple that was made by, or
Actually, the one thing that Engram, you are fairly certain this is not, though, with your religion check, is that this is not actually a temple. But yes, Jaxie, you continue on this. It must be a temple or something like that. But I'm just letting her know that.
interesting.
Because her role's good enough to say there's absolutely zero religious significance to anything here that you recognize. I'm gonna take a look at one thing here. I think there's an appropriate skill for what I'm looking for. Yep, there's an appropriate skill for this, which I don't know if you guys have. Do either of you guys have Decipher Script?
I think I might. I do.
Yeah,
I'm actually good at it.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have training of that. That's
Well,
one
now
of
that
the
you
best.
know what language it is, according to Jaxie, you could try that if you'd like.
20.
20. You can piece a few words out of it. You can't get you won't. 20 is not enough to get all of it because it is an old language.
Mind if I hero point that?
No,
Try this again.
you have hero points for a reason.
Ah, dang it, that's not much better.
Yeah.
Honestly, Engram, most of what you're reading on there are warnings.
Mm-hmm.
And things like, warning, danger,
Slippery, wet floor.
that which is, you think like one of it's like, that which is within, poses grave threats, etc.
I will relate this to the party and say it sounds like a lot of fun.
So we're going in then.
Of course.
All right.
No point in going back since we came all this way.
I push the doors open.
One of
The
these
door-
days, one of these ancient rocks of power is just going to be in a kiddie pool somewhere.
At least then I could swim in it.
So you walk up the door and try to push it open, Eric?
Yes.
The door seems to not move.
I'll try to pull the doors open.
There's no handle to pull.
Well, then I'll make one by punching the doors.
I'm
the door?
just going to cast opening on it.
Oh,
We've done this song and dance before.
Speak, friend.
Opening.
And enter.
And I cast that very well, too.
The doors glow, but they don't actually open.
I'm going to search the doors quick to see if there's any mechanism about them or just any sort of detail about them that's pertinent that would lead to them not being able to open from that mechanism.
The search check's very good. You noticed, Jaxie, you do notice that in your search check that there is some script on the door which was not there before Engram cast the opening spell. It was not visible. It is in, and you notice that it is, it initially looks like it initially basically just says, it's basically in the same old Draconic script and you can't really make it out. But as you look at it, it changes into a more familiar script before your eyes.
What does it say?
It says the password is, and then sort of colon, and then the password, which I'm not going to bother making up.
And then so
Password is
Jackson sort of,
swordfish.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
Jackson,
password is swordfish. Yes.
like Jackson sort of reads it out loud.
Bella.
My suspicion that it will, the door will react if I read it out loud.
You guess that if you say swordfish out loud, the doors will open. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Jackson, would you mind cooking us some swordfish? I'm
I would
hungry
enjoy
now.
some swordfish.
The doors then open inwards,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a long tunnel ahead of you.
Huh.
Well, basically, you can see inside, basically, at this point. And I forgot to set
Lighting.
the... Yes. Yeah. I forgot... I drew the stuff. I forgot to make it background, so the grid is not showing up over it,
Mm.
which is annoying me, so I'm going to fix that in a moment here.
Alrighty. While you're futzing with that, hope you don't mind, but I'm going to...
Actually, this is a good point to take a short break.
Alrighty.
Let me double check something here. Yeah, it's a good time to take a short break.
Alright.
We don't have a lot more to go tonight, but I do need to do a little bit of mapping here. So
Alright.
All right.
I'll be back.
yep. I have to make this further out. So there we go.
Right. I will be right back then.
Damn it. We're showing that. Short break, short break. Let's see, anything else I need to put on this map here for my notes? Nothing else visible. All right. So this whenever everybody's back, I'm good to go.
Hooray!
Badamp, badamp.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I was about to say, phenomena.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
So I'm
forget
looking.
which.
So I'm looking at Steam, Peter,
Yep.
and I'm looking at the Rambo video game.
Oh dear.
So the three user-defined tags associated with it are point and click, walking simulator, and kawaii.
Yeah, this whole tags thing is working brilliantly, isn't it?
It is.
Walking simulator and kawaii. I see.
I hope Rambo Senpai notices me.
Oh dear.
Now you just want to go through and put anime eyes on John Rambo. Uh,
Do.
Phenomena.
no, Eric. That's not how the song goes.
Doesn't matter if that's how the song goes. It's how I made it go.
You're wrong.
No, I'm correct.
Why referencing that?
Because we're going through a desert.
That's right. Oh, that's interesting. Ikaruga's on Steam
Oh,
now.
that's right. Really?
Yes.
Oh dear lord.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I guess.
And to be fair, there's much more annoying shooters out there.
Technically speaking, true.
I'm trying to think of what the worst shooter I've ever played is because I haven't played too many.
I have returned.
Everyone here ever played Dark Forces in the 90s?
Yep.
Nope.
Dark Forces?
I believe
don't
so.
think so.
It was a Star Wars shooter.
Yep. I played it.
Oh, you're talking about the yeah.
I
remember.
played Dark Forces 2.
The Jedi one.
Mm-hmm.
Did not hear as good things about that.
All right, so we're all back.
I think so.
All right.
I have a sandwich.
What?
So it would seem.
Sandwich.
Spare has to move up to here. All right. Well, you see into the temple, or the building, I should say. It's not really a temple. What you see in there is what looks like, honestly, at first glance looks like at a guess. Honestly, the interior, when you look in, looks vaguely temple-like. There's what looks like a gigantic altar back here. These are two huge pillars that go up to the ceiling, which are covered with glyphs and such. And these look like they are basically huge. They're basically huge sort of columns of. It's sort of like they're structures within which there are huge stone wheels going from the floor to the ceiling, which are covered in covered in glyphs and such, which are rotating very slowly.
Uh-huh.
And then there's this symbol thing on the floor there.
I'm going to inspect this column over here.
Okay.
Search, decipher script.
They are definitely that column over there. You don't have to make any rolls for this.
Okay.
Is covered basically. They're all glyphs of magical power. The ones there are primarily. They seem to be devoted primarily to sorcery.
I don't suppose this would be to white.
Actually, no. That one's also sorcery.
Okay.
Actually, yep. It's both are sorcery. They are all basically runes to basically reinforce some sort of spell.
Can I attempt to spellcraft identify that spell?
Sure, go for it.
40.
Nope.
Well then.
You're like, I'm gonna craft it. This is something that you just like. It's what you can glean from it is immensely powerful, and is probably a warding spell of some sort. Actually, from that, you're able to tell that part of what they're doing is it's powering whatever is powering the wheels on these, like here and here, to keep spinning, basically.
How about the big sigil on the floor?
It's a big sigil. It's definitely tied into whatever is going on in here. And as I said, you get a distinct sensation that this is sorcery, but is somehow warding.
What did you say this back here was again?
Honestly, to you, what it looks like a gigantic altar. It's what it looks like. Is Ingram the only one going in? Okay.
No, I'm going in. Are you kidding?
Well, then you should move in.
Yep.
Anyone who's going in can move in.
I am standing on this thing.
Well, you can't get up on top of the big altar easily.
I can jump.
Give me a jump check then.
Are you sure you want to do that, Zarkov?
Well, I need to. Yes.
Why?
Where's my jump? There it is.
Yeah, you land on top of it.
I stand and I pose dramatically.
So you land, pose dramatically, and as you land, everyone in the room can hear a very. Actually, everyone give me a listen check, I should say.
Damn it.
I rolled the best.
You say that like we should be surprised.
Leonard, you and Jesse both can detect a very faint. It sounds. There's a very faint, sort of almost hollow sound where Zarkov lands.
That's a good sign.
That thing you landed on isn't solid.
It's not.
You probably want to get off of that.
Seems pretty solid. I stomp on it.
It makes a boom. You stomp on it, makes a bit of a booming noise.
It's
not. I jump down. I start looking for a way to open it.
Wait, why are you trying to open this thing?
Because it's obviously where the thing is. The sword or the book or whatever it is we're looking for.
Well, not necessarily.
No.
Doesn't necessarily mean that, but it's certainly a better option than the open space that obviously does not contain it. That being said, Ingram is going to do a search check. How do I remind myself what her search skill is? Although I think it's pretty good. Plus 14. Yeah, it's pretty good. 28. I'm searching the altar for anything suspicious.
You don't really find anything.
Neither do I.
Ah, Jaxie. Jaxie, you find a hidden. You find
trap.
Yes. No, the one who has the has the thief level. Who has the flag be able to detect things like this turned on. Jaxie, you were able to find a hidden catch, right actually directly in front of you, amusingly.
Huh. It's a catch, huh?
Sort of that little hidden catch that looks like a small lever.
Zarkov,
It's actually
you might
almost
want
like
to
a
step back.
switch.
Zarkov, you might want to step back from this. And then Jaxie's just sort of, rubs his brow. He has the appropriate Indiana Jones apparel, and then he reaches over and operates the lever.
All right, you pull the switch.
The sigil activates. Zarkov gets sacrificed to an elder god because he's on the sigil.
Again.
Several things happen. One, these doors slam shut,
Oh.
forcing Hesperia out of the room. Because they open inwards and they swing back this way.
So
Actually-
she just got doored.
Yes, she did.
I imagine I feel a very stiff breeze.
Yeah. Two, you hear a grinding noise from over here.
Uh-huh.
Three, Eric, no.
No.
No, you don't get to move, Eric.
But I'm curious.
That's nice, Eric. You're also... Something else happens. Eric, I need a fortitude... Actually, is it fortitude? Actually, I need 2 saving throws from you. 1 fortitude, 1 will.
Fortitude.
Being sacrificed.
You rolled the
Will.
20 on the wrong one.
Yeah. All right. So the immense amounts of energies coursing through the sigil don't really cause you any physical pain. However, you
Mental pain.
are pulled into the middle and can't move.
Gosh.
I'm just remembering that one scene in Mystery Men. Where, we killed Captain Amazing. Oh my god, we killed Captain Amazing. What do you mean we? I was over here.
So Zarkov has been pulled into the center of the thing, and you notice that purple-blue energy is basically comes flying out of the goes channeling along the sigil, and there's a huge bright flash of light.
Arcana check?
Sure,
41!
good roll.
Thank you!
Now you know what you are fairly certain that there's some sort of summoning magic going on here.
Uh-oh. Alright.
Am I stuck inside of a summoning circle with a monster that I'm going to have to punch to death?
I fashion some rope into a lasso and try to throw the rope to Zarkov.
Go for it. Give me a. You might want to move a bit closer before you throw it, but
Well, yeah. Maybe about here-ish.
sure. Give me a ranged touch attack, basically.
Range touch attack, okay.
It's a basic range attack against Zarkov's range touch.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult, but check my freaking scores here. I think it's just this. There we go. That definitely touches him.
Sure. You wrap it. You've got to pull around him, and you can try to pull him out. Give me a strength check.
Sorry, Zarkov.
Here, let me come over there and help you. I'm the mage! With +1 strength!
All right, Zarkov. Give me another will save.
Still
Same
good.
thing.
Actually, that's good enough to not actively resist them.
Okay.
So
I start running around, with the rope around this column to give us some more torque.
You tie him down. I'll keep pulling.
all right, so you get Zarkov. You're pulled a couple of steps, pulled out of the center. Give me
Good.
give me another fortitude check.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. See, I rolled a 1. That's still not a problem. I should probably hero point that, huh?
Well, no, actually, it won't. This won't kill you.
Okay.
I don't think that's the problem.
It said possesses me with a demon, doesn't it?
No, it does damage.
Oh, whatever. That'll heal.
Oh, you're lucky that was a low roll.
All right, you take 13 points of damage. Eric, the scorch marks that are inflicted on you don't seem to be healing.
This is a problem.
That may change, but they're not healing right now.
I guess Dax is trying to join in.
Which means they're not healing at all. I'm doomed.
Right. Well, you don't notice that yet, but yeah. So everyone, give me another strength check. You pick someone to roll for the initiative. The other two can roll assists.
I guess I'll lead since I actually have a plus.
So do I.
I'm actually going, instead of assisting, I'm going to try and trip Zarkov.
Okay,
It's easier to pull a prone person.
this is true.
Such a tech.
Well, yeah, I'll assist.
I think I touch him.
Yes.
All right.
No, Zarkov, I need you to not resist this. Aha!
All right, Zarkov, you can make a will check to not resist. Okay, make your strength check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I rolled okay.
Now Leonard's gonna end up inside there.
No, I'll just drop the chain.
You're like, fuck this. This is a great chain, but not
Actually,
that great.
I rolled
That's
crap.
an attack roll. What are you doing?
That's an attack roll, Eric.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Well, he's told. Oh, yeah, that's right.
D20 plus your strength mod.
Yeah.
I trip him.
Okay.
I don't assist. I thought I had a bonus. I don't.
All right. Well, actually, with the rolls that have been made, Zarkov is out of the circle.
Yay. Ingram flexes.
Zarkov,
Yo.
what you can feel now that you're out of the circle is part of your blood feels the call of something ancient and familiar.
I think I'm supposed to go back in there.
I start
No.
tying him
No,
up.
you're not.
No.
I start tying him up.
Jaxie, may I suggest you find that lever and throw it off?
No, there's something that in that circle that's important.
Hey, Zarkov, hold out your hands like this.
Okay.
I start tying him up.
I thought you were gonna slap the back of his wrist. No!
I'm. There's something I wanted to check before I throw the lever back off because.
No, there's something really old in there, and I break the bonds. And
Eric, you don't feel compelled to go back in anymore.
yeah, I don't want to go in there. That would be dumb. But there's something really old and stuff, and
Yep.
I think we need it.
Okay. Here's my suggestion. We can
Yeah.
look into that later, not now.
Is the circle still glowing?
Yes. By the way, the color of the energy is changing.
Oh. Throw the lever.
What? There's something I wanted to check first before we did that.
What is
Well,
it?
there is a door over here we need to check.
Well, I
Here,
was going to check
let's go look at the
over
door.
here to see if a passageway down.
There
opened
is.
or
There's a
something.
passageway. There's a doorway open and stairs going down.
That's where I think we should go
Wait, how was there... What?
because it opened when I threw the lever.
Oh, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's why I was saying don't throw the lever off because we
Okay,
actually.
okay. Okay. I missed that
Yes.
part.
Besides Zarkov, this is more interesting, isn't it?
Oh, this is much more interesting. This is where I wanted to go in the first place.
Yep.
But yes, the color is changing from blue. It's becoming more purple, and it's shifting from purple more towards red.
I wonder what that means.
Let's see. What does that mean?
I don't
34
know.
on the spellcraft check.
I think it means, as I slide off my gauntlets and start pulling the ropes off, that there's going to be a fight.
Oh, no, well, maybe. I don't know.
It eventually flashes up into a big, bright flash of blinding ruby red light, and then fades away.
Oh no.
What the hell is that music?
And then there was music.
That's something.
At which point, the external door opens again. This door stays open. These doors open, and Hesperia sort of looks in and goes, "What happened?"
Nothing.
She's sort of rubbing her forehead like, "Ow."
I'm gonna make a lore master check to see if I know what just happened, because I think I have an idea as a player. 21.
No,
Damn it.
not obscure enough.
Yeah, I feel that too. So.
You need at least 25.
If I wasn't the squishy mage, I would do that.
Punch
but-
it.
Well, so
Well, actually, Word, you're a sorcerer.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I think I know
Yeah,
what's
okay,
happening.
so I'm going to say this. What you don't know what's actually happening, but you have an inkling of what it's what your inkling of connection is probably right.
Oh, I think we just fucked up.
Ow.
Ow. Also, we again.
Jaxie's
Well, I
the one
didn't
who
fuck
threw the
up.
lever.
I'll say this: you are fairly certain it didn't actually do the really bad thing.
But it's now primed for the really bad thing to happen.
Maybe it's tied to the really bad thing.
Oh dear.
There's something tied to that.
would you
If
care
you
to
want-
elaborate on what you mean by that?
Well, you're not a sorcerer, so you wouldn't really have the kind of connection, but I'm sure you
That's-
kind of know the whole bit about the cosmology.
I don't need a condescending explanation about why I won't get it. I just want a brief explanation of what you think it might be.
I think we may have just unlocked an aspect of Shabernegdo.
What?
I see.
Like, not released
All right,
it,
gonna have to
but
punch the crap out of it.
Well, so
not
I
released
get
it, but lessened one
the
of
the hold
seals
on it.
kinda-
Right. Hold on, Shaberneg. So,
Yeah.
so with my only curiosity is why was that tied to, and just sort of points to this door, the door going out. Why is it tied to something as mundane as opening this? Unless there's something underneath here that is tied to Shevernigdo as well.
Well, either there's a direct connection, or this was put here to deter people from picking that up down there by the writings of saying, don't do this, you're a moron.
I don't think the writings would necessarily say that, but
The abridged version.
I don't think. Again, unless we can't infer what they read based on
Well, there were
Nothing.
many warnings, and there was some kind
Got
of
it.
something about ancient evil, so...
Okay.
Letter
I
got it.
agree.
Hey, come back here.
Fast. Again, faster we get down there, faster we get out of here.
All right, and you head downstairs into the labyrinth below. Well, not labyrinth, but to the chambers below. As Sperry's coming. The
Come
camel.
on,
is-
camel.
No, he's chilling outside. The camel is refusing to set foot on the stairs. The camel's like, nope. Nope, 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 nope.
how rude. No, how rude.
And that will wrap things up here for the week. As you descend underneath to see what the deal with the Sword of the North is, and what is its tie to Shabernicto. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. I hope everybody had a good time. We will be back next week with Star City, and week after that, be back to Slayers again. Trying to think if there's anything else I was going to say. As always, we record the games Saturday evening, starting sometime around 6:30 Eastern here on twitch.tv/mechagm. And I upload everything to Blip, blip.tv/mechagm, or you can find it in the blogs, mechagm.blogspot.com. You can find older recordings and stuff. Hope everybody had fun, and I will see you guys soon. Take care and have a great night.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.